Hello there. So I tried Charlotte Tilbury Serum for 80 days or 2.5 months to this point, and I wanted to share my before and afters and give you the pros and cons to this serum, my full review, my results, and if I think that this serum is worth the money. The ingredient list is really hard to decipher and to go through for this product. It's not just a niacinamide serum. There are a lot of beneficial ingredients in here, and there are some questionable ingredients in here. So we're going to go through all that today. So I'm going to structure this giving you my initial thoughts, my initial experience. I'm then going to go through the claims of the serum, what it's supposed to do. I'm going to go through her focus ingredients that she talks about being in this serum. I'm also going to go through some beneficial ingredients she doesn't mention that are in here, as well as some questionable and maybe not so good ingredients that, you know, if you have sensitive skin, we need to talk about. And then I'll give my before and afters, my results, my thoughts, and if I think that the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum is worth the money. I am 45 years old. I have very sensitive skin with rosacea that can flare up very, very easily from skincare products. I have oily combination skin, meaning my T-zone is, oily, it can get shiny, and the perimeter of my face is more normal and it can get a little bit dry sometimes. And I have dry, textured under eyes. What I was hoping from this serum, based on the claims that we'll talk about in a second, I was hoping to get a little bit of softening in fine lines. I have some expression lines on my forehead and a couple of the creases are starting to become permanent. And any softening would be a benefit to me. I have some crow's feet, when I smile, softening would be great. Pore refinement, brightening, evening of the skin, and not flaring up my sensitive skin, my rosacea in the process. That's always something I'm concerned about when I get a new skincare product. And then just the general things from the claims, because, those are always good. And I do have to say that I was a little bit nervous at first because it does have a little bit of a scent to it, kind of that expensive cosmetics scent. You know what I mean? Anytime something says, any skin type can use it, I always worry that my oily skin will just look like a greasy mess during the day if I wear it underneath my moisturizer and my sunscreen. So I was a little concerned that it was going to be reserved only for nighttime. Now, before I get into the AM and PM application thing, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Charlotte Tilbury and why she creates the skincare products she does and how she creates them. So she's worked on celebrity clients for a long time, A-list celebrities. And her belief, like many, is that you can't have, beautiful makeup if you don't have a beautiful canvas underneath. We all work on our skin for a reason. We want it to look really good. So she likes to formulate her products so that they will deliver results long term, but so that they'll make the skin look good while they are immediately applied to the skin. So that is how she created this. She wanted it to give an instant effect to the skin, but she also wanted it to give long-term effects to the skin. And I will say that today I do not have on any foundation. I have concealer under my eyes, and I lightly spot concealed some things, and I have on powder. I don't have on primer or anything. I just applied my normal skincare, this serum, and those products, and of course other makeup. No foundation, no primer, and the only color cosmetic I have on my face is just a little bit of bronzer. So she wanted to create a serum that was universally used by all skin types, even sensitive skin, to smooth pores, fine lines, and wrinkles to look and feel baby soft and smooth. It's got 20% potent ingredients concentrated and suspended in a water-based formula. Skin is left looking beautifully brighter and plumper for flawless makeup application. It says this science-powered formula is clinically proven to hydrate, reduce the look of pores, and brighten the appearance of skin for a youthful, dewy-looking canvas. So there are 2 studies.
Editing Stephanie here. I wanted to pop in here and let you guys know that I am not a skincare expert, a dermatologist, or an esthetician. I was, however, in the medical healthcare field for around 20 years, where I analyzed medical data and clinical trials on a high level in orthopedics, cardiology, ophthalmology, and chronic diseases. However, skincare is different. The original edit of this video was really, really long, so some of the ingredients and information I did just capture on the screen so that you can pause it if you like. A little thing to note, about skincare trials and studies is that they're not run scientifically like, your medical trials or anything like that. We really don't know a lot about these patients or how these trials were done. So just take that for what you will.
209 women and men aged 18 to 80 over a 4-week period. In this trial, there was a clinical study with 31 men and women over 8 weeks. Now, 31, that's not a huge number, but this was done over 8 weeks. So, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to try it for 8 weeks. These are pretty big claims. I mean, who wouldn't want all of this, right? It has a cloudy appearance to it, kind of a milky appearance. And the texture is runny, but it's not watery. It's just a nice light consistency. It does have a scent to it. That concerned me. We'll talk about that in a little bit when we get to the ingredients, because there's a few things in it that can give it scent. And I did notice immediately upon applying that my skin looked glowier and brighter, and it did feel more hydrated, just kind of like my skin was holding in hydration somehow. It just felt good. And that's that immediate effect, which is great because you want your skin to look like that, right? So that was kind of my initial impression. So when you apply this serum, it doesn't apply like normal serums to me. It sinks into the skin almost immediately, which for someone with skin like me is really, really nice because I didn't feel like I was going to be oily. It almost is kind of sticky immediately after you apply it, but then it sinks in and it does feel like you don't have another layer on your skin, which is nice. I applied it all over my face, including under my eye area, because I wanted to target that area too with extra hydration and all the things that it claims. Charlotte focuses on 8 specific ingredients when she's talking about the benefits of this product.
Editing Stephanie here. I have a couple of notes before I move further and get into the ingredients. Number one, I forgot to state during this video that serums in particular are designed to penetrate the skin more deeply than other skincare products. So I just wanted to get that in there. I just forgot to state that when I was filming. Number two is that as I'm talking about ingredients, I'm referring to how they are ordered in the ingredient list so that you have an idea of the concentration. It's a requirement for ingredients to be listed in descending order of concentration up to the 1% point. Ingredients below 1% can be listed in any order. So that point with these ingredients is somewhere around number 14. That's where a filler is that is not approved to be in cosmetics over 1%. So in Charlotte Tilbury Serum, there are 66 ingredients. Ingredients 1 through 13 are going to be probably listed in order, and the ones below that number 14 could be in any order, any concentration, probably minimal, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're not effective and they don't do anything. I just wanted you guys to have that knowledge. And in this video, I'm really only talking about the key ingredients, good and bad. I didn't really talk about, the fillers, the binding agents, anything like that.
So I'll go through the 8, and she also does have her Magic 8 that's in her Magic Cream. I'll touch on those very briefly as well. So the first is niacinamide. This is vitamin B3. It's great for improving skin tone, helping with barrier function, and it really, really, really does a great job of minimizing the look of pores. And that's the second ingredient in this product. Another one of the 8 focus ingredients is this crystal complex. It's a 5 crystal complex. So I found ingredients 9 through 10, which are quartz powder, amethyst powder, and ruby powder. But she also says that crystal and moonstone are part of this, but I can't find them in the ingredients anywhere. And I looked at every single ingredient. I've got notes by every single ingredient here. I do not see crystal and moonstone, which is odd. She put these in here for holistic well-being and healing with the frequency of light and energy. Some people really love that, and some people, don't buy into it. But either way, I think these crystals are part of the reason why you have the luminosity and the brightness to the skin immediately upon application, and it really works well for, giving that immediate radiance to the skin. So another key ingredient that she focuses on is golden vitamin C. And this is a more stable and efficacious alternative to traditional vitamin C. I've been hearing about this, not just in her serum, but here and there. It says glutathione, I don't know how to say that, and gold sub-microparticles allow 100% of the ascorbic acid to penetrate deeper into the skin over a 20-hour period versus 30% if ascorbic acid were to stand alone. This helps even the look of skin tone and leaves your skin appearing brighter. It also helps give the product a longer shelf life, 100% stability up to 6 months. Now the gold that is part of this golden vitamin C is the 12th ingredient, but the ascorbic acid is the 60th ingredient, and the glutathione that they mentioned, the component that helps recycle and regenerate the vitamin C into the skin, that is the 61st ingredient. But something that I found interesting about that particular ingredient is that it is a non-enzymatic antioxidant which naturally occurs in the skin, where it helps defend against the visible effects of environmental damage. So the gradual decline of this supply in the body, just like with everything else as we age, is believed to be a key marker in a lot of the outward signs of aging. So glutathione is a tripeptide comprised of 3 amino acids, which work in unison to offer skin restoring and brightening benefits when used in topical products. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. So remember how I gave all those claims earlier about the skin retaining hydration, and I was saying how my skin just felt more hydrated? So at ingredient 21, we have part of these plant adaptogens, which are supposed to help the skin retain moisture longer. And that is one of the leaf extracts. We also have another leaf extract plant adaptogen at ingredient 30. So there's another product in here that would be totally overlooked because they talk about it, but it's not listed in the ingredients like this. And that's how a lot of these focus products are. It's called schisandrol, and it's an antioxidant berry known to improve skin vitality, elasticity, and firmness. But in the ingredient list, it's listed as Schisandra schinesis. It's actually magnolia fruit extract, and that is the 24th ingredient. One of the ingredients I've heard Charlotte talk about a lot is this polyglutamic acid. It's 4 times more hydrating than hyaluronic acid and helps form a film on the skin that helps stop water loss. So it's not only a humectant that helps draw water into the cells, it also helps hold it there, and it helps the skin look more plump. That was ingredient 33. So we have magnesium aspartate at ingredient 36 and zinc gluconate at 37 and copper gluconate at 52. These are part of the sepatonic M3 complex that she refers to. So you would never find that name listed in her ingredient list. This is a chrono-energizing and anti-free radical agent which targets aging by protecting all proteins from glycation, especially those in the dermis. So this is going to give you smoother, more supple looking skin. It helps draw water deeper into the skin. It also helps plump and smooth and make the skin look more supple. She also refers to Replexium as being in this magic serum, but it's not listed in the ingredients. So I found that Replexium consists of acetyl tetrapeptide 11 and acetyl tetrapeptide 9. Those are ingredients 57 and 58, and these are supposed to smooth fine lines and wrinkles and just give you younger looking skin. She also notes on her site that she includes her Magic 8 and the benefits of the Magic 8 in her skincare products across the board. They have peptides and vitamins to brighten and plump the look of the skin. They have oils and plant extracts that hydrate and smooth, and she feels they are must-have ingredients to have in her products. So these include a BioNymph peptide, which is supposed to stimulate collagen, fight free radicals, and reduce the appearance of wrinkles, vitamins C and E, hyaluronic acid, aloe vera extract, rosehip oil, camellia oil, shea butter, frangipani flower extract. So I could not find the BioNymph peptide in here at all, unless it's called something else, but I searched high and low. I looked at the peptides that were already in here. If someone can find it, let me know, but I couldn't find it. So I will tell you the camellia seed oil, which provides extra moisturization for a dewy looking complexion. That is ingredient 8. The shea butter is ingredient 13, and that's supposed to just soften the look and feel of your skin. The hyaluronic acid is listed as sodium hyaluronate, as it usually is in ingredient lists, and it retains up to 1,000 times its weight in water, and it's supposed to keep your skin just really nice and hydrated and plump. And because hyaluronic acid really does need water to be absorbed into the skin properly and not dry the skin out, it's great that it's in than a water-based formula, in my opinion. But it helps, you know, your skin just look plump and stay moisturized so much more than just using a moisturizer. And it's non-greasy moisturization. So the vitamin E is number 31, and this with the vitamin C help brighten the look of the skin and even the appearance of the skin tone, and just help your skin not look as dull and tired. And the aloe helps smooth the appearance of the skin, and it's calming and soothing, and that is ingredient 32. Rosehip oil is ingredient 38, and this is a natural source of linolenic, I can't say that, acid to help revitalize the appearance of skin. I'm getting tongue twisted because it's a lot of ingredient reading. And the frangipani, am I even saying that right? Flower, that's basically plumeria flower extract. That is ingredients 46 and 47. And this has numerous moisturizing benefits, and it has just a nice calming fragrance. So those are 16 ingredients that Charlotte talks about being in this serum, and they are spread out throughout the serum. Nothing is, you know, just stacked at the bottom. I do feel like they are spread out rather nicely throughout the serum. So the 28th ingredient is this Chondrus crispus extract. This is an algae extract basically that's supposed to form a flexible film on the skin that helps provide extra defense against environmental stressors. It says it's a rich source of nutrients for the skin, including beta carotene, antioxidants, lutein, and it also helps prevent the visible effects of blue light exposure. There's another algae extract at ingredient 48. And ingredient 49, there's lactic acid, which, you know, as we know, can help even out the skin tone, minimize pore size, and just, you know, help brighten the complexion overall and help it look better. Now getting into just the kind of questionable stuff. And this is where, you know, you may want to pay attention if you have sensitive skin, or if you just, you know, want to know all the ins and outs.
Hello, editing Stephanie here, popping in for the last time, I promise. And for the video's purpose, so that it didn't end up being an hour long, there were some ingredients that were beneficial to the serum in terms of keeping the right pH levels, helping the skin retain moisture, things like that, and that could cause issues in really high concentrations, but they're below the 1% level. I really wanted to focus on the noteworthy products here, so I just want to let you guys know that.
The 45th ingredient is fragrance. Now, fragrance can be really bad if you have sensitive skin. It can be bad over time. But the thing with fragrance is that it's really anything with an odor. It can be used to mask the odor of a product to make it smell better. It can be used to make a product have a certain scent, and it's not really regulated. And you can have a very benign ingredient in a product be fragrance, and they list it as fragrance, or you could have something that could be kind of harmful to your skin. So it really just has to do with how you feel about having fragrance in this product. So ingredients 62 through 66 are all natural fragrances that have been added to this product, probably in small amounts, but I have them coded as red because they can be very, very sensitizing. I mean, I would say that anything can cause sensitivity issues if you're sensitive to something. I mean, I have been sensitive to things that everyone else is fine with. That's just my skin. So that was a pretty big deep dive into the ingredients of Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Serum, but I did want to go into why she put some of those ingredients in here and help you understand what the, you know, ingredients are that you're not seeing when you look for them in her ingredients list, even though you see her talk about them, because, you know, she's listing the components. And I did think that it was noteworthy to let you guys know that there are some sensitizing ingredients in here. There are also some other beneficial ingredients that just aren't talked about. Let's talk about how much goes on the face. I have not used another serum quite like this. Most serums that I've used are very watery and a lot more slippery. They, you know, feel kind of wet and dry down when I apply them to the skin. This one almost dries as I apply it. And when I first got it, I feel like I was applying too much because I was on that Zoom call. They were using almost the full dropper full, and they were all just slathering it on. So I thought I had to slather it on too. That is, you know, fine if you want to do that. I was doing that and I realized this is disappearing pretty quickly. So I kind of slowed things down a little bit and realized that, you know, 2 to 3 drops to my face, a couple of drops to my neck, and that's good. My bottle would have lasted me much longer. If you're going through a bottle a month or something, you're using way too much of this serum. This has lasted me AM and PM 2.5 months. So I feel like I would probably go through 1 bottle of this every 3 to 4 months if I had been applying it like I should. So here are my before and afters. These are in my bathroom. I tried to get exact lighting and angles. This is kind of as close as I could get it. These pictures are not retouched. I do feel like there has been a subtle refinement to my skin, and I do kind of feel like, you know, my crow's feet look a little bit softer, which, you know, would make sense because I have been applying it underneath my eyes. I will say I was able to use it morning and night every day. I may have forgotten, you know, a night or a morning here or there, but I pretty much wore this morning and night every day since I got it, and it did not flare up my rosacea, or I would not have kept wearing it. I would have liked to have seen more softening of my deeper forehead wrinkles. I mean, I'm not going to stop making expressions. That's going to continue to happen. So, you know, unless I get Botox, that just might be something that, you know, no serum is going to tackle. So what do I like about this serum and what do I not like? I do love the way it applies quickly and easily, and it dries down. Some people might not like that, but for me, with my skin type, I can wear it underneath makeup and not get greasier during the day. I love the way it does make my skin look more radiant immediately. It does make my pores look more refined, and immediately and over time, I do like the way my skin looks more plump and feels more hydrated. I do feel like I'm able to get that extra hydration held into the skin without having to use a heavier moisturizer to do it, because that would just make my skin look greasier. I feel like my skin looks nice and glowy and healthy, and I do feel like my tone has been evened out a little bit more, and my pores just look really good when I use it, which I know not everybody gets because some people react really badly to niacinamide. My skin loves niacinamide. Another benefit that I got that was kind of surprising to me is that my random, just kind of sporadic breakouts that I would get, just a bump here or a bump there, seemed to not happen hardly ever with this. I just noticed that my skin seemed to stay clearer. I don't think any brand, even my very favorite brands, have just 100% home run products. Even Charlotte Tilbury, I love most of her products, but there are a few that, you know, have been misses for me. And you can see that in my Charlotte Tilbury brand review. I'll link that down below. This is $80 for 1 ounce of product, which I actually thought was priced pretty good for Charlotte Tilbury. There are some serums on the market that are priced a lot higher, and there are some that are priced a lot lower. So will I be repurchasing this? Do I think it's worth purchasing? Of course, it's going to depend on your budget. If you have the budget for an $80 serum, I do not think that $80 is a bad price for a serum that gives you all of the thoughtful ingredients that she put into this serum. Of course, you know, we also have the sensitizing ingredients. So there are some pros and cons to that ingredient list. I enjoy it. I like the way it looks right after I apply it. I like what it's done to my skin so far. You know, could you get the same effect from combining different serums with various ingredients? Yeah, you probably could, maybe minus the crystal complex glowiness. I think it would take quite a few serums to do that, and it may add up to $80 anyway, and it would probably take more time. So from that standpoint, I do think it's worth the money for an all-in-one convenient serum that gives you all of those things in just one application. I actually think that $80 is good. I mean, I haven't found a serum that has all of these things. However, I do want to try some other serums because I would have liked to have seen a little bit more softening in my forehead lines. But if that is not a concern for you, and you know, the sensitizing ingredients are minimal for you, then you may want to try this. I really like the effects. I would love to find a serum that maybe didn't have those questionable fragrances in them that would provide me the same benefits. For me, what makes it truly questionable is the fragrance and then the last 5 ingredients. Even though they're far down, they're still in there. This is really gonna be one of those products that it's how you feel about the ingredients, it's how you feel about what you wanna get from your skincare. This does kind of give you everything, but you know, with a few little side notes. If you haven't seen my best and worst of Charlotte Tilbury, my full brand review, I will have that link for you here. If you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. I don't delve into every ingredient list. Trust me, this was special for this video. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have tried this, if you are going to try this, how you feel about what we went through today. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.